and then I'm going to live stream this. I fucking love Facebook. You're not on Facebook. Good for you. Good for you. You're on Twitter or no? For your mental health, or just were you ever on Facebook? I don't remember you.
I sure was.
And then you're like, nope, I'm done.
I think it was like the bubble inside the bubble was getting too echoey, and I needed like real news and to do my research, and like I couldn't.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, friend, we're on Facebook. We have been given pick a number 1 to 51.
1 to 51.
That's right.
Like I still want to say 69. Okay, 13.
All right, good old number 13. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. This comes from our good pal, Joe Kovach. And our suggestion is Brooklyn. Brooklyn. All right,
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Mhm. I got that thing.
You got it? What's up? You got that thing? Well, just don't, hey, not here. I got you, I got you, I got you, I got you. There's no cops. There's no cops. I wasn't followed. There's no cops. You see any cops?
You're not supposed to see them.
What?
They're there.
Oh, are they?
Okay.
Hey, we're just hanging out. We're just
The
hanging out.
thing is in your trunk.
Hey, how's Barb? You doing good?
Bob? Which Bob?
Bob, your wife. How's your wife, Barb?
Bob.
Barb.
Oh, I thought you meant Bob, my girlfriend.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
both great. They're both great. You know they play canasta.
Together? That's
Yeah.
that's good. I mean, that's, you know what? That's the dream.
For your wife and your girlfriend to get along.
Yeah. You're in a dream scenario.
Ah, it's like I gotta buy two of everything every Valentine's Day, every Christmas, every birthday. Do you know they have the same birthday?
What?
They have the same birthday.
In a way, that's good though. Same name, same
Crazy.
birthday. You can't screw up.
Fucking great.
Can't screw up. You can't screw this up.
Nope.
Uh, I got
That
separated.
thing probably needs to get out of the trunk within the next 8 to 12 hours.
Okay, got it, got it. I'm just gonna take that information in. Just gonna let it sit. I'm just gonna let it sit. It's a nice day.
Huh?
It's a nice day.
Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna take your kids to the park, play
Yeah,
ball.
yeah. I mean, you don't get many nice days like this, right? In
And
September.
you should be outside on a nice day.
Yeah, you got to take advantage. I feel bad when I get sick during these days.
Yeah.
Not,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
sick.
I love to put the window open or sleep out in the sun, like in my hammock on the lawn.
Yeah. And it just on the sun on your face. It's good.
I love it. Hey,
Yeah. What's up?
do you think Richie? Do you think Richie will
Yeah.
be happy about the
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why are you
Good.
concerned? I mean, he'll be happy with it. He didn't even expect this to happen. He didn't expect you to come through. I'll be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. I said you're gonna come through. He didn't expect you.
I got connection.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I know a guy.
Yeah,
I know a guy.
I told him that. You got connect. You're known as the connection guy. I mean, I'm telling you this like you don't.
One time, Bob found both presents, and I had to get another present because I was like, "Oh God, yeah, they're both for you, Bob." So, and they both said, "Bob, right? So I was like, oh shit, I know a guy who
Yeah.
can get me that, like a matching one, like a similar one.
What what are the chances that you find someone, not only you have same name, same birthday, but same tastes? I mean, that is hitting the lottery, my friend.
Oh, they're like twins, 20 years apart.
Oh, it's like a new model. It's like a Bob 2.0.
Yeah, yeah. The fancier, tighter model.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, you gotta like turn it how to like teach it how to corner.
Yeah, you gotta break it in. You gotta break her in.
Not to objectify her, she is a strong and powerful woman. I'm
Well,
just strictly talking.
I mean, I know Barb, and I figure if it's the same thing, she's
She doesn't corner very well at all. It's like
no, I
an
mean,
L, like
you
with
ever-
a slow and a turn. No
but,
turn signal, slow.
but you gotta appreciate her and take her up for Sunday. You
I
like it?
love her. I love her. I married that woman.
I thought that was a big step for you. That was a huge step for you.
Listen,
Yeah.
when Richie's sister is into you, you marry Richie's sister.
Oh, you got no choice.
Okay?
You got no choice. You got to do it.
Put things in trunks for Richie and Richie's sister.
You gotta say yes. So things are good, huh? Things are good.
Oh
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It's yeah.
How's your Achilles tendon?
I made a mistake. Can I be honest? I thought I could play basketball again. Yeah, last
So if we had to run right now, you couldn't run?
no, I couldn't. I mean, I could hop very quickly. My left leg is very strong, so I can hop but like
Okay.
run out of the
Like
question. Run.
use the inertia.
Yeah, if we gotta run, you run. I've replaced the running with like I'm very smart, so I can. When you get older, you got to replace what you can do physically with like using your brains more.
You're gonna have that surgery? It's real expensive. I
That
know a guy. It's real expensive.
don't. Hey, do you really?
I know a guy.
I got some cash. I mean, I'm
I
not
know.
gonna.
I know some guy with the Knicks and the Nets, and they do. I could get you in.
Yeah, give me in. I would. I'd be on. I was gonna say I'd be honored, but that's not the word I want to say. I don't want to say
No,
it.
no.
I'd be
Thankful,
thankful.
like appreciative, because I know a guy.
What?
You know a guy, and you know a guy. You share that guy.
Yeah, the guy's got to go around. What did I want to say? I'll be on, not on. What word was I looking for?
Watch,
It started
watch.
with H.
Ah,
I'll be happy. I'd be grateful. Yeah,
honored?
maybe, maybe.
No, it's
Oh,
not
maybe
honored.
I'd be honored if it would introduce me. That's probably what I would. That's the closest thing I would.
Probably some like long German word that means a lot of, Haus and Frau.
I'd be I'd be
Asian.
Hassenfraged. I'd be Hassenfraged.
Hausfrau, that means like like a lady who stays at home.
That's your first Bob.
Bob. Oh God.
He's a housefrau.
My second Bob is like a little French maid with a little dress like the sexy French maid, like it's meant for role play.
Mm,
It shows
mm.
that little curve at the bottom, if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, some can wear it, some can't.
Oh, oh, oh my God. Although there's nothing like a woman who knows how to rock what she got. Oh, Maro.
I
Oh,
think I think if you can wear it, it's all about the confidence, right? It's all about the confidence. And if you want to wear, here's how I look at it. If you want to wear it, you wear it.
Bob was playing that lip Bob too. My
Yeah.
other Bob was playing that Lizzo. And I was like, this broad can sing. Let me see her. And I was like, oh my God. And then I watched her like work what she got. And I
She,
was like, God damn it. Like
uh,
I would want, like if there was a diving, I would dive into whatever she got.
you go head first into everything you do.
Oh,
I tell you,
God.
I got body dysmorphia. Did I ever tell you that?
Oh, that's a shame. You're a handsome man.
No,
You're a
that.
great guy.
Now you just say that.
Listen,
Don't just say that now because I
it's
said
just your
that.
injury to creeping up on you is all that is.
I
You're,
have.
you're a vital, you're vegan, parent, volunteer,
Yeah. I am at the church a lot.
plus the fire department, plus the library, plus the soup kitchen. You're a good man.
I'm-
I almost think it's to balance out, you know, what's in the trunk.
You think my head would get bigger than it already is? Like my head, it's my head. My head is, I look like I'm on steroids.
Don't
Huge
let the,
head.
your head is as big as it needs to be. Right now, it'll inflate and deflate depending on the size of the pin the person's holding.
Yeah. Hey, that makes me feel better. Thank you.
You just gotta rock what you got, like that Lizzo brought. You just
Rock
gotta be
what you
like,
got.
yeah,
I like that. Rock what you got.
Brooklyn,
How
South
you doing?
Bronx,
Cops. Cops. Cops.
cops, cops, cops.
Pretty cool. We're doing nothing. We're just doing nothing.
It's a beautiful day.
It's really nice out, isn't it?
Oh my God.
There's literally not a cloud in the sky. It's all blue. It's all blue.
Gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
Bob number 2 makes me put on sunblock with SPF so I don't get no more melanomas on my forehead.
I mean, you got to be careful of that. Runs in the family.
The forehead, you always forget, like the line right here. You ever
Yeah.
go down to Coney and forget
Oh.
to put sunblock on your face and you get this like red line, or like you miss a spot on your fat right here? The worst.
I got so burned once at Coney, it was bubbling on my face. I'm not kidding. It
That's
was
like a degree burn.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
like a,
It's the worst degree. What's the worst degree? Third degree or first? It's
Fourth?
third degree, right?
Fourth,
Fourth degree. Yeah, I had
Fourth.
third degree burns. I couldn't go to the hospital. Couldn't go to the hospital.
fifth, fourth.
I'm going to say fourth degree. It was bubbling. It was bubbling.
Gross.
What a day.
Gorgeous.
Scene. Yeah.
Joe Kovach. He was very excited for me to be able to do the show. He was very excited to be able to do it with you.
I was Joe's, I mean, is there a bigger sweetheart than Joe Kovach?
No.
I mean, he's just such a good dude. My favorite thing is that 1 week thing he does on Instagram where he just sings the number of weeks we've been in pandemic to.
I told him to, actually, I'm a bad person because I was like, stop this. I hate
Not
it.
me.
And you're a terrible person. But it gets funnier. Like it just is funny.
funnier.
You can't
It's
help
like-
it. Have you heard the whole, like the song part
Yeah.
of it too? Like with the
With his
verses?
sister.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like with his sister.
It's hilarious.
Um,
My New York is kicking back in. He's hilarious.
well, what part of New York are you from?
Long Island.
The Strong Island.
Strong Island, but both of my like my dad's from like Jamaica, Queens, and my mom is from Brooklyn.
What? And our suggestion was Brooklyn.
And all my family, the Latticini store we used to drive from Long Island into, like where we get our fresh mozzarella
Yeah.
and our soprasat. Before we went back to, we would stop at this place in Brooklyn. My family has a funeral parlor there. The Italian side of my family.
Wait. What?
My family own 2 of the most famous Italian funeral parlors in New York City.
Shut up.
So there is Notarinos and Sons, built in the birthplace of Fiorello LaGuardia in his, like, I know it gets so Italian, you can't even.
So Italian.
So Notarinos and Sons, and then there's DeLuca and Sons, which was in Brooklyn. And it's not like my family were gangsters, but we definitely, like, we buried both John and Jean Gotti.
Shut up. Though, for those who are watching who don't know, those are 2 big mafia. Like John Gotti was the Teflon Don, head of
He was the mafia.
He was mafia. And he was like a celebrity. Usually before Gotti, they were kind of a low key. He was not low key.
Oh yeah. No, he was like El Chapo. Like he gave to, charity and like, paid people's medical bills.
Yeah.
Like, help with park restoration. He also lived in my town. So there are lots of canals where I live. So they called it Little Venice. And we had little rowboats And
Yes.
we would take our little rowboats in the canals and we'd set off their motion detectors. And all
No.
these big fucking Guidos would come out with guns like, you fucking kids. The Gotti compound was amazing.
It had to be
And,
enormous.
oh, huge. And beachfront or canal front, at least on Long Island, with like a view of the Long Island Sound.
Yeah.
It like, you know. Brett Saberhagen lived down that street too.
Former Kansas
Met.
City Royal and Met pitcher.
Yeah, that very same Brett Saberhagen. Captain Kangaroo.
No, Bob
The-
Kirschen?
Yes, also lived in that neighborhood. He had tennis courts and we used to run on his tennis courts. And I swear to God, a man that looked just like Mr. Green Jeans would come out and yell at us. And we
No.
would tell ourselves, like, he keeps Mr. Green Jeans as a slave. Like, he's just works, like, you know, he brings him out for the TV show.
All right. So what brought you from the streets of Long Island to doing improv?
So New York, like Long Island, where I grew up, isn't very far from Manhattan. So every damn field trip we ever went on was to see a Broadway show. So I saw Cats like 7 times and Les Mis 5 times, Sacred Garden 3 times. My brother was a boy soprano at the Metropolitan Opera.
Shut the front.
So like, and my mother was a music teacher. Like we were a performing family. So like I auditioned for Annie the year that like Sarah Jessica Parker got it. And I wanted to go to the Fame High School, and me and my mom got a big fight. I ended up going to a liberal arts college in upstate New York with a direct pipeline to Second City. And that's how I ended up in Chicago.
Which school?
Skidmore.
Yeah, okay. And which you're teaching at now?
I am now teaching at my alma mater, and it is like I'm gonna cry. Like that's like a thing. Like that's a thrill. And I'm an asshole.
And so did you see a show at Skidmore? Like what made the connection to go to Chicago and Second City and you
So David Miner, who is famous for he's a CAA guy and produced Parks and Rec, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, 30 Rock. He has like 12 Emmys. He started my college improv troupe and was a senior when I was a freshman. And I got into our college improv troupe and he brought in all these incredible people. He started the National College Comedy Festival.
What?
So like the Purple Crayon of Yale would come down. And everybody who was good or the guests he brought in, I was like, where are you from? Where'd you learn this? And they were like, Chicago. So our whole troupe basically moved here. And then just me and Jed Resnick ended up getting into the conservatory. And then I was the only one who ended up actually hired at Second City. Anna Tesler and Lauren Engel, we all slept on their apartment floor. So we found our own places.
Wait, you and Resnick went to school together?
Yeah, we were like BFFs. Yeah.
Wow.
You had to have known that. You must have remembered that.
I must have.
When he was in Chicago.
Yeah. I must
well, he dated my friends.
Yeah. He dated my friends.
In high school. I mean, in college too.
What do you think of the transition now to doing virtual?
To me, like I'd like to remind everyone that TV looks like this and movies, like people are used to watching their media like this. So like get over it. And you know me in real life, right?
Get over it.
Get over it. Is it like this? It's just an actor's close-up. We're in an unprecedented age of storytelling, right? This is called the Deutsche angle. Not the Dutch angle.
But that's the thing. That's another thing. That's the thing we need to embrace is what you're talking about. Is like use this. Like we're doing stuff we can't do on stage.
Yes.
Right now.
With people we couldn't do it before. Because like me and a girl in New Zealand are planning on doing a show together.
And
right? Like, come on.
And
the other thing is I have a huge presence in the room.
Yeah.
If you can believe that. I have a huge presence in the room. And I think you can still feel some of that heat coming off of me.
For sure.
So don't tell me like this medium isn't like able to, you know.
I love that you say that. I feel the same way. I'm like, adapt, use it. You can still get the connection. Once you do it a couple times, you get what the gear is of
It's our job to adapt. Like
right.
if we can't adapt, like we die.
Isn't it? I find it somewhat frustrating and hypocritical when I find, especially veteran improvisers who have problems with doing any of like evolving or changing and go, yep, and going, hey, I can't do that because X, Y, and Z. It's like, no,
Well, then you shouldn't be doing improv.
no, like you
Our
should.
job is to like figure out how it works. How it works.
How does it work, and how can I keep doing it?
You need a bigger pen. Don't do it.
No,
Don't do it.
you said don't do it. Like
Yeah, don't do. Oh, dude,
as improvisers, when you say don't do it, that's the written code of doing it.
do
Now,
it. Do it. Do it.
you, Mason, you're one of the people that I equate with really changing improv in this way. You said, fuck that shit. I'm going to do it. You aren't going to keep me out of playing. And you were one of those people that I always refer to, like someone who's just fucking fearless, who goes in and goes, there's a space for me. I'll create it. If it's
I
not.
will create it. I always knocked on doors. In fact,
Yeah.
I opened doors. I didn't wait to get invited in. I like to say that like my ability eventually caught up to the size of my balls.
But I mean, you learned from Del Close, who was notorious for being sexist. And
Oh yeah.
I was in class with him when he would kick people. I remember him.
Oh yeah. He would make grown men cry. He
He
loved
called,
me.
he
He
called
loved me because I thought he was boring.
well, he called Ed Dassey whale blubber. He goes, have you ever read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? And Ed's like, no. And he goes, in it, a whale explodes and the blubber falls to earth. That's what you were like in that last scene.
You're a whale blubber.
Whale blubber. But you were one
And
of the,
he liked me because I would have said 42. And he would have been like, nah.
but you're one of those people that like just never let things stop you. You find either alternative ways or you go right through it.
My mother died when I was young,
Oh,
and I became like I ran a full family. If you want to live in New York City, which
oh,
you know,
geez.
Long Island, New York, like you know, it's a hustle.
Yeah.
So like, not that like game, like I'm a hustler playing a game, but like the entertainment business, you must hustle, you must,
Yes.
and
Yes.
it's something I've never been afraid of doing.
Mm.
Make
And
it like get it done. You got to do what you got to do.
I mean, you ran the training center at both IO Chicago and Second City Chicago. I mean, I don't know. I don't think anybody's ever done that. Run both of them, right?
Well, everyone forgets before I became an improviser, I was a consultant, I was a finance person, like I was an HR executive.
What's
Like when
that?
HR is like, meh, I'm like,
What's
actually,
what's
or when
HR?
payroll is like, meh, I'm like, actually. Everyone forgets that I have like a straight ass business side to me.
And that's what separate. We get in improv, and you don't have those people running spaces who have that background, and you're like, that's the first thing you need.
Right? Like it's a bonus if they understand our art form, but they cannot fuck up payroll.
Yes.
And at Deloitte, I used to do payroll for 2,000 people every Friday. So whenever like a theater I worked at fucked up payroll for like whatever 200 people, I'd be like,
Which happened a lot. Which happened a
fuck
lot.
you. It happened all the time. All the time.
And so, yeah, it's really funny. You look back at the time we kind of were going through and early on, and it was kind of a golden period. If you look back now and you're like, wow, the people we learned from, the people we played with, that was a really special time. It was like a rebirth in a way of improv.
Well, Dell, I'm going to be an asshole. Dell said, like, you can't know an art form that's constantly changing.
Yeah.
And it constantly transforms as the world transforms. And as we know, well, as I think it's either Will Rogers or Benjamin Franklin said, history doesn't repeat itself, it rhymes. And I have been teaching long enough to see this circle keep coming around, like for
Yeah.
Thomas Middleditches and Edie Bryant's and Brendan Jennings, or to pick up people it forgot, like
Yes.
Gene Villapeak or, Sam Richardson.
And you're like, come on, there's room for you. It's like,
Uh-huh.
And these motherfuckers sometimes don't see it. Don't let that deter you, because you and I both know that decision makers for a lot of improv theaters are the ones who have somebody in their ear saying they're not the ones who are the best decision makers.
SNL didn't know what to do with Tim
Tim
Robinson.
Robinson. Exactly. It's like,
And then once he got his own
Becker.
sketch show, people were like, oh.
Same with, do you know the Michael Bryan story? Or we know him as Pat O'Brien. At Second City? He had a meeting with Kelly Leonard, and Kelly's like, we don't know what to do with you. He's on fucking main stage at Second City. Then he gets SNL. Like, that's to me is the perfect story. It's like, we don't know.
And now he has like, and he's since gone on from there to do a million other things, like he's Bio with Gene.
He's going to do that. You know what I mean? Like, he is one of those people that it's like, they're going to work. And if it's not at your space, fine, they're going to go somewhere else. And like, did the draw for you ever, like, did the draw to go away from Chicago, was that ever something for you? Because, you know, we had this.
I already uplifted my life. Like, I moved to Chicago with one suitcase from New York. So like my plans were to be here because I knew being here would make it easier to go there. And anytime I've had to go to New York or LA, like I kind of get flown there. Yeah. And that is best case scenario.
That's perfect, right? It's like they bring you there. That's perfect.
Yeah.
It's like, I never wanted to be on SNL. The only thing I ever wanted to do was host it.
Writers make more money at SNL than the performers do. And hosts get nominated for Emmys. The own cast members don't, except for Kate McKinnon. Yeah. And really, I'm interested in the people like the Pete Holneys and the Pete Gardners and the Pete Zaradniks and all the Petes who nobody knows who they are, but they are the most working motherfuckers in the universe.
That's it.
Or like the writers, like Susie Nakamura, like she is in everything. Yes. Or Matt Craig. Matt Craig writes like his balls off. Or Jen Bills, who has like awards for advertising.
And it's like you're still acting and writing and working no matter what your audience is. I always get frustrated when improvisers complain about corporate work. It's like, motherfucker, you get paid more, and it's the audience you want to come to your shows that won't come to your shows. And so
Rachel Dratch and I had to do something for like Clorox or something once, like with wands. We're just looking at each other like, we asked for this.
You've worked at a place like Deloitte. You know what the alternative could be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you go, I remember I worked 1 year in an office when I had moved away from Chicago. I was working at a Club Med. I'd come back and I worked for a year, and I was like,
I remember that.
And at the end of that year,
Club Med phase. I remember that.
I was like, I'm never going to go back to that situation again. Whatever I have to do to.
Although working on a cruise ship was fun, like for one, like a little bit.
The Club Med was great. The working in the office was what I had a problem with. I'm like, I'm never going to go back to an office. I used to do a bit on Facebook where April Fools, I'd be like, I can't believe I got a Second City boat. And then at the end of the day, I'd be like, yeah, because it's not true. And once Beth Kligerman messaged me about doing
it. Stop telling people, you liar.
She was like, do you want to do it? And I was like, Beth, no, I did Club Med, which is similar, which I love, but I was in my 30s. I was married. I was like, thank you, but no. And I think
loved being on a boat. I thought it was heaven.
Well,
but I only had to do it for 2 months because I was filling in for somebody who could only do 2 months. So we split a contract.
And was the group you were with fun?
Killer. And it all depended on the group you were with.
All depended on the group. If you had a killer group, of course you're going to do
Sinister, Stuart Ranson, Nancy Hayden, Topher. I can't remember Topher's last name. He was hilarious. Grace. He was from Detroit.
Topher Grace. No, I know who you're talking about. Topher, yeah. But that's the thing. And then you're like, it's because it always boils down, to the people, whether it's the improv group you're in, the cast, whatever it is, it's always the people you're around.
Me and Stuart would have like daily wine and cheese parties. Like at sunset, we just go on deck and like have like some days all you had to do was wait for martinis with Stuart. It was incredible.
Don't you think he's underrated in the improv world?
Stuart Ranson, well, no, I think he is a
But I mean,
god.
for the
But
general,
yes, he is a gleaming,
yes,
like like shiny lantern that somebody needs to rub so
yes.
the genie can come out.
And for some reason, those people don't always get their due. And you're like, don't you see what we all see? And then that just happens in this business where some people just aren't going to get it. So the more you could just hustle, like what we've been doing, we've been part of the,
Hey, good job. I love
hey,
you.
buddy.
Hi. Yeah, good job. Done with homeschool. It's
Hey,
Friday. Oh
let the
God,
girls out.
I'm get out. I love you.
No,
Never
stick
come
around,
back.
stick around, get back. I want to see that kid jumping on that bed. um, hey, what's the,
Sometimes he'll army crawl on the floor, so
of course.
so he thinks he can't be seen. But you can totally see the floor. He kills me. I love it.
I was doing one of a communications workshop, and I was like, "Are there any questions?" Somebody raised their hand. They go, "Who's that behind you?" And it's my 6-year-old daughter standing there, just like this in the background. I'm like,
The ring.
"But yeah," and her twin sister. It was a whole nother story. But
The Shining.
The Shining. But it was like it's bound to happen. So you can't get embarrassed in that.
You remember that guy where his baby rolled in its little rolly cart? It was like on BBC
Yes.
World News. And then the nanny comes in and tries to drag the baby out. I legit, his second newscast made the news because people, like, nobody watched him. Everyone's looking at that fucking door. Like, we're like, is that kid gonna
What's the kid gonna
come in?
do?
And you have to make that kid, you have to let that kid come in.
Yes, you
We're
can't.
all working from home. We're all doing the best we can. I try to set that expectation with students. Like, we're all doing the best we can. My kid or a dog or something, I might have to go do the Amazon, like let the Amazon guy in.
Well, you're more vulnerable than we've ever been. Here's my room. I
Dude,
hope
you're in my bedroom.
in my
Yeah.
bedroom.
Uh-huh.
There are going to be interruptions. You're literally doing the most multitasking you've ever done in your life. It's like,
Yeah.
that's the Amazon guy. Who's ringing the doorbell? My dog's got to go out. So all of that.
Why do I smell burning?
What is after this scene?
Gosh.
After this scene. What's the best way if people want to reach out to you, because you're not on Facebook? I'm very jealous. You're not on Twitter. You do Instagram. What's the best way? Because like you're not only you're like just one of these amazing performers, and you're just an amazing teacher and coach and director and all that stuff. What's the best way if people want to get a hold of you, they can reach out to you?
Are you flirting with me? Look at me. I have to open Instagram to make sure I give you the right name.
What's up, Gen X?
I am Miss Rachael Mason, all one word, Miss Rachael Mason
There,
on Instagram.
there's also a Rachael Mason, same spelling, in New York, who does improv.
We are great buddies. I love her. Our emails are like a period apart. So we get each other's emails all the time because we both do this work. Sometimes we get an email that we're like, which one of us is this for?
That is so great.
It should be like, you do it. I'll be like, all right.
Have you done a show with her yet?
I did. We did a show. Oh my God. We applied to CIF. She ran the UCB. I ran the Second City. Two of the world's most esteemed writing teachers and improv teachers were going to apply to CIF. We didn't fucking get in.
What?
So we did Snubfest, and our Snubfest show was called We Are Rachael Mason. And we won Snubfest. We won the slot in the Hawaiian Improv Festival.
Why didn't you get in?
Because sexism. And
No, we're over that, aren't we?
Jonathan Pitts, I knows I love him, but Jonathan Pitts.
But are we? You know, we're over sexism, right? We're done. We've corrected that, and racism. We're over both of those.
White man, be careful with the next words you say.
I know. It's so fucking funny though, isn't it? I mean, I'm going to use that example, and I'm going to
Started racism in one day by closing for one day.
Yeah. The fact that the two of you didn't get into CIF, to me, it's
Powerful women are fearsome.
oh, for sure. Absolutely. And to me, I'm like, that just shows you can't put stock in like auditions or anything like that. Like just do your shit, do your own thing. People are going to hear about it, but just continue to go and don't take that no for an answer. And don't look at that as a reflection of you. Like when you
No, don't take that no for an answer. Be like, whatever.
My own
Next time
thing.
you're gonna be asking me.
Well, Mason, you're the best. Like every time I talk to you and see you, it's just so great. And thank you so much for taking time out of your day to do this. Give my best to JJ and that little boy of yours.
I will. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, okay. Bye.
Bye.